You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 12th of January, 2026. It is 22 days after the winter solstice. It is 67 days before the spring equinox. The sun rises today at 7:19 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:04 p.m. The sun sets today at 4:50 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 5:20 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 5:54 p.m. The length of daytime today is 1 minute, 21 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 31% full at midday. The moon rises today at 2:03 a.m. The moon sets today at 11:54 a.m. The new moon will arrive on Sunday, the 18th of January. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the early morning, high tide, 4:51 a.m., 1 meter 19. In the late morning, low tide, 11:18 a.m., 12 centimeters. In the evening, high tide, 5:18 p.m., 91 centimeters. At night, low tide, 11:16 p.m., 12 centimeters. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware watershed, Cannonsville, 63% full. Papacton, 69%. Neversink, 77%. Rondout, 94%. The Catskill watershed, Schoharie, 88%. Ashokan, 80%. The Croton system, 97% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, in the depth of winter, the gardeners amongst us are perhaps poring over seed and plant catalogs, thinking of the coming growing season. The organization, Save the Great South Bay, has some wonderful resources for creating a bay-friendly yard. The choices we make when we plant have a direct impact on the health of the waters around our island, and on the health of the land environment as well. So much of our planted environment requires heavy inputs of water and fertilizers, not to mention herbicides and other outright poisons. And with our permeable, sandy soil, much of what's applied to lawns and plantings leaches into our groundwater, and then out into the bays. So when we think of next year's season, Save the Great South Bay points the way to more sustainable choices. Commemorations. On this day in 1773, the first public museum in North America was established in Charleston, South Carolina. The Charleston Museum was an outgrowth of the Charleston Library Society, and through its early years was a kind of cabinet of curiosities, with exhibits ranging from natural history specimens to local artifacts and treasures imported through what was then a prominent harbor. Since the late 20th century, it has focused its mission on the history of Charleston and the surrounding Low Country. We salute the oldest museum in the nation. On this day in 1959, Berry Gordy Jr. founded Motown Records in Detroit under the name Tamla Records. Through the 1960s, it brought soul, R&B, and other distinctly black genres to a nationwide audience. It signed the Supremes with Diana Ross, the Four Tops, the Jackson 5, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and Smokey Robinson, a hit parade of black talent, one of the greatest record labels of all time. On this day in 1967, the body of Dr. James Bedford was cryonically preserved in hopes he could be resuscitated far in the future. Bedford was the first person whose body was thus preserved. His remains are still in deep freeze at the Alcor Life Extension Foundation. One of the technicians who prepared his body for storage, Robert Nelson, who was president of the Cryonics Society of California, wrote a book about the process entitled "We Froze the First Man." On this day in 1998, 19 European nations agreed to forbid human cloning. Today we remember Edmund Burke, born this day in 1729. Burke wrote the book A Vindication of Natural Society, and he is most famous for his other book, Reflections on the Revolution in France. He took a dim view of revolutionary movements and their excesses, arguing that society as it had evolved should be reformed in slow and incremental ways, lest one upset the delicate equilibrium that had been achieved. Interestingly, he was firmly against slavery, and also argued that slave owners should be barred from sitting in the House of Commons. He is considered one of the founders of modern conservative thought. Finally, we wish a happy birthday to Christiane Amanpour, born this day in 1958. She is the chief international anchor for CNN and hosts interview programs both on CNN and PBS. As a person of mixed British and Iranian heritage, she brings her life experience to bear on important issues of the day. We celebrate her thoughtful reporting. Happy birthday, Christiane Amanpour. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 12th of January, 2026.